بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء نحوا سنقرئك فلا تنسى.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. Inshallah, we are going to continue lessons on MINHAAJ SALIHEEN, and today we are going to have lesson 2 of the laws of fasting. And basically what we are trying to do is try to grasp the rules of MINHAAJ SALIHEEN. And MINHAAJ SALIHEEN, as I mentioned, it's a Bible of law, like the Bible of law. Anyhow, so it's like a deep law, So it will give you mastership in the laws, so that you can help other peoples as well. So today we have the continuation of the ruling explanation of MINHAAJ SALIHEEN. We are going to start from ruling number 972. So what are the conditions for the makeup fast? So we are going to discuss the qada. Now, just to recap and remind you all about yesterday, fasting, many times people, they are so paranoid in the intention. Oh, let me do the intention, wait, and you don't have to say your life biography of your life, you see. You don't have to say, I am making the intention of this day of fast, or the first day of the holy month of Ramadan, from the dawn to the sunset, and you don't have to do all that. Yesterday we said the is just what the state, the image of fast is inside your system. You have this inside yourself, that what are you doing? You're fasting. That is enough. Why are you doing? Because I'm fulfilling the command of Allah. That's enough. No details required. And we said in the holy month of Ramadan, it's obvious. لا يقع في شهر رمضان صوم غيره. That means in the holy month of Ramadan, only the fast of the holy month of Ramadan will be applied. Let's say accidentally you said, I'm doing qada. So it will not be qada. Accidentally you said kafara. Accidentally, whatever, even intentionally you said it. So if you are going to fast for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is enough. That is going to be considered your fast of the holy month of Ramadan, because لا يقع في شهر رمضان صوم غيره. In the holy month of Ramadan, the only fast of the holy month of Ramadan is valid. So therefore, we had mentioned. Now today we are going to discuss the ruling of qada. يعتبر في القضاء. It is required. As I said, I'm going to read the Arabic text and go through, but you can follow the English text with me, because I like reading. So if there is any discrepancy in the translation, it will become obvious. So يعتبر في القضاء قصده. When you are going to fast qada, a makeup fast, you have to make the qasd. In the holy month of Ramadan, you don't need to, because لا يقع في شهر رمضان صوم غيره. In the holy month of Ramadan, you don't need to make specific intention. But here, the intention is specific, the specific intention is required. How? ويتحقق الكون الصوم بدلا عما فات. So what is the intention? A substitute of whatever I have missed. Okay? So I'm doing it in substitution. That is enough. That is enough in the qada fasting. Why? Because why? The fasting is for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is qada for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Original is for the sake of Allah. Obviously the qada is for the sake of Allah. So it is same. You are doing it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just in addition to that, you will have this in your heart, that it is a substitute fast. It is a substitute fast. وَيُعْتَبَرْ فِي الْقَضَاء. Now what about if you are doing the qada on behalf of someone else in a representation? So وَيُعْتَبَرْ فِي الْقَضَاء عَنِ الْغَيْرِ قَصْدُ النِّيَابَ عَنْهُ. You need to make the niyabat. You need, like for example, I'm going to fast on behalf of my father, qada. Okay, so now here I have to make the intention that I'm doing this qada substitute, but for my father. Okay, عنه في ذلك عنه في ذلك بإتيان العمل مطابقا لما في ذمته بقصد التفريغ. So you are going to do it in your heart. You are going to say, I want to relieve his responsibility. Okay, I want to relieve that. I want to relieve the responsibility of fulan, of my father, of my grandfather, of somebody marhum. So therefore, you are relieving the responsibility. You are relieving the responsibility of someone. Okay, you are fasting in substitute. So it is to relieve his responsibility. ويكفي في وقوعه عن نفسه عدم قصد النيابة. For if you want to do for yourself, you don't have to say I'm doing it on my, for me, on behalf of me. You don't have to say this because you are doing it for yourself. ويكفي في وقوعه عن نفسه, for yourself, it is sufficient, not to mention any intention of someone else's. So if you have two fasts, you have to fast for someone else, you have to fast for on your behalf, qada, make up. So if you're going to fast for someone else, Ya Allah, I'm fasting for fulan. If you have to fast for yourself, I'm fasting. You don't have to say I'm fasting on my behalf. You don't have to say that. Yes. وإذا كان ما في ذمتي واحدا مرددا بين كونه القضاء عن نفسه أو عن غيره. Now he knows that he has one fast, but he doesn't know it is his fast remaining or someone else whom he was doing qada for. He does not know. He does not remember. He knows that there is one fast I need to fast. So here he says it is sufficient to just mention a lump sum intention of relieving my responsibility, whatever is on my shoulder, whether I have to do makeup fast for someone else or I have to do on my behalf. Just say, Ya Allah, whatever is in my shoulder, I'm doing it. So this is called a lump sum, a general. So that is why we've translated here that if a person was required to make up one fast, however, he was hesitant about such required being for himself or for someone else. He had taken the responsibility of making up on his behalf. Then it is sufficient to make up one with a general. This general intention is called a lump sum intention, al-ijmali. That means if I am required for my fast, I've done it. If I am required for someone else's fast, I've done it. So this is basically about qada. Now, again, he repeats, because many people, they get confused with intention. How should I do intention? He said the detail is not required. Even yesterday we said that let's say you are not in the mood of eating. That's fine. You don't have to be in a mood of eating in order to be a fasting person for the sake of Allah. No, I don't want to eat. I don't like to eat. I'm not in a mood. Okay, that's okay. You just make your intention of fasting. How can I fast if I don't have any mood to eat? It doesn't matter. You have mood, you don't have mood, you have ability, you don't have ability. Just make that state of fasting inside your heart. That's it. Whether you have. So here also he's repeating in a different words. Rule number 973. يعتبر في الصوم كما مر. As mentioned, he said, because it's repeating. العزم عليه. I have to do it. That's it. And what does it depend on? It depends on bringing وهو يتوقف على تصوره ولو بصورة إجمالية. Having an imagination of fast, like imagining that you are going to fast, putting the picture in your mind, in your heart. Even if in a lump sum way, I'm fasting, قربة الله تعالى. Okay, that's it. I'm fasting this day, that day, because if you are in the holy month of Ramadan, it will not be taken other than the holy month of Ramadan. If this is from those who are does not require to be distinguished, you have only one type of fast in your shoulder, you have 10 days of qada, that's fine. However, if you have qada and kafara on your shoulder, then we have to distinguish, okay? And again, that distinguish happens in the heart. You don't have to say anything. Saying is mustahab. So he says, على تصوري ولو بصورة إجمالية, even in general lump sum nature, على نحو تميزي عن بقية العبادة. That it is known that you are fasting, not offering salah, not offering khoms, zakat. No, you are offering fasting. Okay? So, عن بقية كالذي يعتبر فيه ترك الأكل والشرب. Like even the state, because we said fasting is a passive worship. There's no definition to fast. There's just abstain. That's it. Why to abstain? Because it's wajib for the sake of Allah. You don't have to even mention the detail. Abstinence is fasting, to abstain, and that's it. So to abstain whatever you are supposed to abstain from. You don't have to say I'm abstaining from food, drink, smoking, this and that. You don't have to mention that. So, so it is a state where usually and normally people, they stay away from food and drink with whatever limits it has. Okay, كالذي يعتبر في ترك الأكل والشرب بما له من الحدود والشرعية. So this fasting has some religious limitations, like from the dawn till the dusk, and food and drink and traveling, and this, all these are rules, are religious limitations. So to observe the rules, that's it. Intention and observe. That's why he emphasizes ولا يجب ولا يجب العلم التفصيلي. Detailed knowledge is not required. Detailed knowledge is not required. ولا يجب العلم التفصيلي بجميع ما يفسده. You don't need to know detail of invalidators. Detailed invalidators. Whatever breaks the fast. And والعزم على تركه. And you don't need to even make that I'm going to avoid the food and the drink and the smoking and the relations with my spouse and this and that. You don't have to make all these details. على تركه فلو لم يتصور البعض. So if he did not bring it into his imagination, was I'm fasting, but he did not put like sexual intercourse, okay, in the mind, so it will not affect the fast, because the fast is a general intention. I'm going to avoid, abstain. Why? It's Allah commanded me, so I'm going to achieve the nearest. That's enough. That's enough. And the whole thing, the setup of the fasting is there. So whenever some invalidator comes and pops up on your face, then you can say, no, I can't eat, I can't drink, I'm fasting, so I have to avoid. So there, the intention will automatically pop up whenever the specific case comes. But you don't have to start the fast by mentioning all these details. فَلَوْ لَمْ يَتَصَوَّرِ الْبَعْضِ. So if he did not picture some of the invalidators, such as sexual intercourse, أو اعتقد عدم مفطريته, or he thought that it is not invalidator, لم يضر بنية الصوم. His intention will not be affected. He thought that no, sexual intercourse is okay. So yes, as long as he does not do it, it's not going to affect his fast. Yes. And this statement, which I told you guys that my teacher used to repeat it, and still now it's ringing in my mind. So whenever we have this dars of fasting, and the ruling will come, he will repeat this, لا يقع في شهر رمضان صوم غيره. لا يقع في شهر رمضان صوم غيره. That means in the holy month of Ramadan, other than the fast of holy month of Ramadan, does not happen, is not valid. Whatever intention of fast you will make, it will only be taken as the holy month of Ramadan. The angel will only take it as the holy month of Ramadan. Remember on the Yom Shak, on 30th Sha'ban, when 30th Sha'ban, people, they doubt, is it the first month or is it the 30th? So then in this case, you make this intention that I'm fasting on 30th of Sha'ban. Or if you have Qadha, I'm fasting Qadha. So if it is proven that it was holy month of Ramadan, so automatically you don't even need to change your intention, because once your awareness of holy month of Ramadan, your fast becomes the fast of the holy month of Ramadan. That is why it was called لا يقع في شهر رمضان صوم غيره. In the holy month of Ramadan, only the holy month of Ramadan's fast is valid. Other fasts are not valid. So he says لا يقع في شهر رمضان صوم غيره. Other than the holy month of Ramadan, fasts are not valid except for the fast of the holy month of Ramadan. That means whatever fast you will fast in the holy month of Ramadan, it will just be taken as the holy month of Ramadan. وَإِن لَمْ يَكُنِ الشَّخْصُ مُكَلَّفًا بِالصَّوْمِ كَالْمُسَافِرِ. Even if a person was not required for fasting, not responsible for fasting, such as a traveler, okay? So even if the fasting was not obligated. So basically in the holy month of Ramadan, let's say you are a traveler, and there are cases, even if you are not responsible. So like for example, traveling person, لا يقع في شهر رمضان صوم غير وإن لم يكن الشخص مكلفا بالصوم, such as traveler. So if you are a traveler, okay, you are not required to fast the holy month of Ramadan. Let's say you are in Medina for 3 days and you want to fast those 3 days of recommended fasting, which is only fasting, or there are a few fasts where you can fast in travel, recommended fasting. So what happens? He says in the holy month of Ramadan, the only fast which is valid is the fast of holy month of Ramadan. So if you're a traveler, then the fast which you are going to fast is not going to be the fast of the holy month of Ramadan. Let's say if you traveled a fasting of the 3 days of Medina, like they say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, some 3 days you fast. So we are going to take that later on, the fasting in travel. So what type of fast is permissible in traveling? So that even if that happens, that will not be considered holy month of Ramadan because you're not obligated to fast. So وَإِن لَمْ يَكُنِ الشَّخْصُ مُكَلَّفًا بِالصَّوْمِ. Even if you're not required to fast, if you try to fast in travel, those fasts which are permissible, it will be invalid. Why? Because in the holy month of Ramadan, only the fast of the holy month of Ramadan is valid. But I'm traveling, it's not wajib on me to fast holy month of Ramadan, so I'm doing the recommended fast of Medina al-Munawwar or other types. No. In the holy month of Ramadan, you cannot fast, even if you're a traveler, and it's permissible for you to fast some other types of fast. You cannot fast any other type of fast in the holy month of Ramadan. Okay? So I hope it's clear. In the holy month of Ramadan, only the fast of holy month of Ramadan is valid. So if you are in your hometown, you cannot fast. If you make intention of qada, if kafar in the holy month of Ramadan, it will be considered holy month of Ramadan. Let's say if you're traveling, a trip where the fast is not obligated, but you're traveling for 3 days of Medina. So there is a kind of recommended fasting. You can fast in Medina even if you're less than 10 days. Can I fast that? No. No. Why? Because in holy month of Ramadan, only the fast of the holy month of Ramadan is permissible. Out of the holy month of Ramadan, yes, you can. Inside the holy month of Ramadan, the only fast which is valid is the fast of the holy month of Ramadan. فَإِنَّ غَيْرَهُ مُتَعَمِّدًا. So if somebody makes the intention of other than the holy month of Ramadan, intentionally, then his fast will be invalid. فَلَوْ نَوَى غَيْرَهُ غَيْرَ شَهْرِ رَمَضَانِ. If somebody makes an intention of other than the fast of the holy month of Ramadan, then his fast will be invalid. وَإِن لَمْ يُخِلْ ذَلِكَ بِقَصْدِ الْقُرْبَ عَلَى الْأَحْوَطِ لُزُمًا. Even if his intention was clean to achieve the nearness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he did not have an intention to do a violation. No, he just said, no, I need to fast. I want to fast. So he was traveling. He said, as long as I'm traveling, I'll fast those recommended fasts which a person can travel. That will be invalid. If you are in your hometown, you said, let me fast the kafara today. So your fast will be invalid. Even if you had made done it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So on the basis of obligatory precaution, he says no, even if you had good intentions. Now this is somebody who did it intentionally, deliberately. What about a person who fasts recommended fasting, or in the holy month of Ramadan, or kafara fasting, or qada in the holy month of Ramadan, out of ignorance, or he had forgotten that I'm in the holy month of Ramadan? Okay, let's say, like for example, somebody was fasting last 3 days of Shaban, 3-4 days of Shaban. It was proven that it is holy month of Ramadan, and he was still fasting. It is second Ramadan, and he's still fasting the last days of Shaban. He thinks it's still in Shaban. So for that person, we say it is okay, because he's not intentional, he's unintentional. Or somebody had forgot, or somebody did not know the rule. So all these people, their fast will be correct. صح ويجزي حينئذ عن شهر رمضان. Their fasting will be okay, but it will be considered the fast of the holy month of Ramadan, not other than the holy month of Ramadan. Because we said that in the holy month of Ramadan, the only fast which is valid is the fast of the holy month of Ramadan. لا عما نواه وكذلك إذا علم أو تذكر قبل الزوال وجدد النية. So similarly, if he became aware about the rule, or remembered before the noon time and corrected the intention, then the fast will be valid for the holy month of Ramadan. So he became aware, oh no, today is the holy month of Ramadan. So that's fine. Before the noon time, he changed the intention and corrected the intention. So we say, وَكَذَلِكَ إِذَا عَلِمَ وَتَذَكَّرَ قَبْلَ الزَّوَالِ وَجَدَّدَ النِّيَّةِ. What about if after the Dhuhr? Inshallah, we are going to take it in one of the sessions. Now, ruling number 975. 975. It is sufficient for the validity of fasting. يكفي في صحة الصوم. صوم رمضان وقوعه فيه. It is sufficient if you fast of the holy month of Ramadan. Inside the holy month of Ramadan, it's valid. You don't need to say, Ya Allah, this is the fast of the holy month of Ramadan. Why? Because لا يقع في شهر رمضان صوم غيره. In the holy month of Ramadan, the fast of the holy month of Ramadan is only valid. So in this case, you don't need to mention specific titles and specific things. ولا يعتبر بقصد عنوانه. The specific title is not required. However, he says, it is recommended precaution. ولكن الأحوط استحبابا قصده. It is recommended precaution to make that intention, Ya Allah, this is the fast of the holy month of Ramadan. But if you do not say, it is not required. Your fast in the holy month of Ramadan is not going to be other than the holy month of Ramadan. So that is the rule of thumb. بأن ينوي صوم المشروع غدا. So he says, tomorrow, inshallah, I'm going to fast the legislated fast for tomorrow. So obviously, legislated fast is the holy month of Ramadan's fast, if he's in the holy month of Ramadan. So he doesn't need to mention the specific title of the holy month of Ramadan. وَمِثْلُهُ فِي ذَلِكَ الصَّوْمِ الْمَنْدُوبِ. Similarly is the case of recommended fasting, which you can fast the entire year, as we said, except for the 2 days, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Those 2 days you can't fast, it's haram. And Ashura, it is a kind of makruh. So therefore, yes, ومثله في ذلك الصوم المندوب فيتحقق إذا نوى صوم غد قربة لله تعالى قربة إلى الله تعالى. So it is valid. If it says tomorrow I'm going to fast to achieve the nearness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Finish. You don't need to mention it is recommended and this is for this day and for that day and for Ghadir. And it is known you are on the Ghadir day and you are fasting recommended. Obviously, you will get the reward of the fasting of the Ghadir day or the 15th Shaban or the Ba'ath day. غدا قربة الله تعالى. إذا كان الزمن. But condition, there are 2 things. Number 1, you are not exempt for fasting. Number two, that you are permissible to offer recommended fasting. How's that? Is someone there, he can't fast recommended fasting? Yes. If you have qada on your shoulder, you have to make up your fasting. You cannot fast recommended fasting. Why? Because first pay off your debt, do the wajib, and then after that you can do the recommended. So if you have wajib fast, intentionally you cannot do recommended fast. If you do recommended fast, your fast will be invalid. So two conditions. One, you're not exempt, like you're not traveler. Number two, you don't have any debt on your shoulder. You don't have any qada. So based on that, it is recommended for you to fast. But if you have qada, no. First pay off the make up your fast. If you have, if you're a traveler, no, you cannot, unless if it's one of those traveling fasts, which we will be mentioning in future. Yes, and so there are two conditions. إذا كان الزمان صالحا لوقوعه فيه, if the time was suitable to offer in it. Okay, so وكان that means he was not traveling. For example, وكان الشخص ممن يجوز له التطوع, and the person was from those whom it is permissible for him to do the recommended fasting. Okay, and that he did not have anything qada on his shoulder. Okay. Yes. Similar rule for oath fast. وكذا الحال في جميع المنذور بجميع أقسامه. The same ruling will be applied for the fast which is to fulfill all types of vows and oath, like fast of nether, vows. Okay, so there are different types of nether, nether معين and nether غير معين. What is the difference between nether معين and غير معين? Nether معين has rules similar to the rules of holy month of Ramadan. So, but what is nether معين? Nether معين is time fixed nether. That means you made a nether that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for example, gives me a progeny, I will fast 15 Sha'ban. So I fixed the day. So this has rules similar to the rules of the holy month. Okay. But if I said I'm going to fast a day, any day, so this is not fixed. So nether are two types. Fixed nether, fixed fast, that you specify the time and the date and every single thing. So you have to fulfill the same things. But if you did not specify the time and the date, and you said that I'm going to, if Allah will give me success, I'm going to fast to achieve the nearness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in that case, you can choose any day. If you don't do this day, you can do other days. So you have an option. So in this Jami' Aqsami, all the types of nether, whether they were specific time bonded or time, or they were absolute, unfixed, not fixed. So this is also about nether. Same thing. You don't have to specify. You just make in your intention. It is that I had made this nether. Allah fulfilled my nether. Then I'm fasting in fulfillment of my oath, to fulfill my oath. However, if the fasting of nether was restricted with certain specification, then in this case you will have to mention mention the intention. Which one? Like for example, you had made a nether lillahi alayhi. For example, I'm saying, for example, don't hold me accountable. One day, one of the teachers, he did nether. The students say, "Oh, Sheikh, now you did nether. You have to fulfill it." But I did not make an intention. No, you said, say this Istan says it's obligatory precaution. Even if you did not make intention, do not back off from your nether. But I was just giving an example. My intention was example. So I'm also giving you examples. Don't hold me to my nether. Oh, so let's say if hypothetically, for example, I said that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives me success in my exams, I will fast one day. Any day. So here I'm fasting in thankfulness in the state of thankfulness, because I'm thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I had made that if Allah will help me, I will fast. So this fast is called fasting of thankfulness. And then that fast is a preventive, disciplinary fast. Like you have to discipline. Like somebody smokes. He says that, for example, if I do not smoke, I can say this another. So let's say hypothetically, lillahi alayya, if I smoke, making an oath on myself, making an obligation on myself for Allah. If I smoke, I am going to fast one day. And I smoked. So I need to fast. There is one of the mu'mineen, by the way, he made this nadar. So every time he can't, he has to smoke. So now he comes with me with pile of fasting on his shoulder. He said, what will I do? I can't stop smoking, and this fasting, they keep piling up on my shoulder. Fast over fast, fast over fast. What will I do? So we said, just pay the kafara and break the nadar. Break it at all, totally, okay? So then he paid the kafara. But until he paid the kafara, it was already 30 fasts on his shoulder. Because 30 days he had been doing smoking and violating his nadar, violating his oath. So this is called a disciplinary, like you want to teach yourself discipline to avoid something not good, bad habit, something, okay, booger in there, like a person keeps putting his finger on his nose and inside and those kind of things. So basically, what happens here, that this is called nadar zajri, nadar of preventive, to prevent yourself, or nadar of what they say, discipline. I say discipline because you want to discipline yourself. Some say punishing yourself. We don't say punishing, but we say discipline. However, it is a punishment. You are punishing yourself because you smoked. So punishment after punishment. But the good thing is that we say it's a disciplinary, so it teaches you discipline. Many youth, they do it. Like, for example, if some youth, they want to stop bad habit, like the self-pleasuring and all those kind of things, so they do this nadar and they start fasting. Because some of the youth, it is difficult for them to stop it immediately. So therefore, it takes some time for them to stop. So anyhow, so this is so he says that all the types of nadar, you don't need to specify intention. Unless if you had parts shukr and parts zajr, parts disciplinary and parts of the fast were to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this case, you have to make your intention that this is which one, because you have specified it and you have a group of it. But if you did not, then just say whatever I'm fasting, that's whatever is on my shoulder, I'm fasting, it's enough. So this is the rule of the oath. Now we have the rule of وَمِثْلُهُ الْقَضَاءُ وَالْكَفَّارَةُ. Okay, so here we have two different types, such as make-up fast and penalty fast. Similarly, if he was required for two different types, such as make-up and penalty, kafara, then in such case, if he does not distinguish such in his intention, then, okay, you fasted, but which one did you fast? Is your kafara, should we strike down your kafara? Should we strike down your penalty? Well, I don't know. So you have to inside your heart distinguish, this is kafara, or this is make-up fast, qada or kafara, because these two are different types. So when we have two different types and you don't make intention, then it will not, none of them. So kafara is still on your shoulder and qada is still on your shoulder. Nothing has dropped down. Why? Because which one did you strike down? Yes, if you say that whatever is on my responsibility, I'm fasting to relieve my responsibility. Whatever is on my shoulder, whatever is on my responsibility, that's the fast I'm fasting. In this case, yes, we will say that your one of them is gone, but you make note. Let's say you have 5 days of kafara and 10 days of qada. So you will have to fast 15 days with this intention. Ya Allah, I'm fasting for whatever is on my shoulder, whatever is on my shoulder, to relieve whatever is my responsibility, to relieve my responsibility, to relieve what's. So 15 days you are going to, you can't specify. Unless if you did 10 days and you consider that those were like your qada, then those 5 days of kafara you have to specify. Or if the qada or kafara are left and those are the only fast left, then again you don't need to make the specification, because we said the rule of thumb is specification is required whenever there are 2 probabilities or more of fasting. So to escape from the specification, you have to distinguish. Either you distinguish, or either you say whatever is on my shoulder, and keep the track of whatever is on your shoulder. So these are the 2 routes whenever we have several types of fasting after the holy month of Ramadan. Then, because in the holy month of Ramadan, لا يقع في شهر رمضان صوم غيره. Inside the holy month of Ramadan, only the fast of holy month of Ramadan will be valid. But outside the holy month of Ramadan, if you have variety, then specification is required. If you don't have variety, it's all one type, then just say, Ya Allah, I'm fasting qurbat lillahi ta'ala. Finish. Whatever, like if it was mustahab you want, you will mustahab you will get. If it's a qada, qada will drop down. So if there is a only specific one type, you don't have any other types, then you don't need to specify. So the specification is required whenever there are distinguishing or variety of the types of fasting. Let's see. So tomorrow, inshallah, we will continue on the ruling of the time of the intention. Interesting. So now basically the type of the intention we are done. Tomorrow, inshallah, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, same time, we will have the time of the intention. Thank you so much for coming. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين. صلي على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على